Tommy and the Allotment Family Diary.
Well, hello there, dear viewer, and welcome to the Allotment Family Diary, a YouTube channel dedicated to documenting family life on the 4 allotment plots in the United Kingdom. My name's Tom, and along with my wife Han and our daughter Flo, we have been tending an allotment plot up here since May 2023. We have 2 half plots. The second one we acquired in February 2024. And what a journey it's been so far. Just a stone's throw away from us, you'll find my mum Tilly and my dad Nick, who have tended their allotment plots for 11 years now. So what's going on in this week's episode? Well, at the end of last week's episode, as promised, we will be revamping our polytunnel and taking you along for the journey. As some of you may be aware, we used to have one of the cheap green covered polytunnels, and the cover lasted less than a year. The wind shot through with the storm and it just kind of fell to pieces. The frame is fine, so we thought we're going to work with the frame, but it's just a case of replacing the cover and also the doors, because the zips went on the doors and obviously they're attached to the cover, so they would need to go anyway. Now, if I roll you back to last week, we had to begin by clearing the polytunnel, so completely emptying it. Now, in the polytunnel, we had 2 grow houses where we would start off our seedlings, and those were very successful last year, extremely successful. However, they couldn't stay in there because with the cover removed, any wind was just going to blow them around the place. So we thought, let's move them over to Tilly's plot. So we put them in her polytunnel, and all of our seedlings, we will be starting off in those grow houses inside Tilly's polytunnel. So whilst I was at Tilly's plot, I also actually did a bit of work there, because as you guys know, Tilly has had an operation recently, so she will not be up at the plot for some months now. We already have our Cape gooseberries on the go. The seedlings have all popped up and they are now being placed into our polytunnel. And whilst I was at Tilly's plot, I cleared out the bed where they are going to be planted, and I've erected a frame with chicken wire and bamboo canes. So this is going to be great for them to climb up. Apparently they can get to about 2 meters tall when they're fully grown. So with the polytunnel completely emptied, it was time to begin preparation to place the cover onto that existing frame that we already had. So again, I'll roll you back to last Wednesday and let's have a look at what Han and I got up to.
Well, here we are, a beautiful day, Wednesday the 19th.
Yeah, it's a bit wet, isn't it?
Just a bit.
Actually, it's easing off. It's supposed to be sunny this afternoon. But this is it. Today is the final stretch.
I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not actually looking forward to this.
We're going to reskin the polytunnel. So yesterday, Han and Nick dug out the trenching. We pulled the cover off. We've measured up the door frames. And yeah, we've got to do this all in one day. So we need to get the doors on and we need to get the cover on and then retrench it.
Tape as well.
Oh, the hot tape as well, yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm not looking forward to the actual putting the skin on, because...
No, I'm not. I'm dreading that.
I mean, look how big it is, and I think I'm going to get tangled in everything.
It's not too windy. Like, we've had to wait for a day where it wasn't too windy, and yeah, there's a light breeze, but I'm hoping it will stay like this, but we'll see. We're just waiting for Nick to get up here, Dad to arrive. But I think, should we just crack on and start getting the frame in, the door frame?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's probably the easiest part, I think.
Yeah, and then it's all uphill from there. Let's go.
And welcome.
Come in.
Oh, what have you done?
Well, it's not finished. So Nick's filming. You probably won't be able to hear him because he hasn't got a mic. We've only got 2 mics, unfortunately.
What have you done?
So we're up to, what was it? 3:45 or something. So this has taken around 4 hours just to do the doors and all the hot tape, basically.
The frame and mount the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, but looks all right.
Yeah.
They're working. That's the main thing.
Yeah, yeah.
These things are never straightforward.
So yeah, I mean, it's been quite hard because the weather, we were supposed to have bright sunshine today, and no, we've had rain. It's only really just stopped raining.
And
so it's been incredibly difficult to get the hot tape on and just work with it. Constant rain.
Oh well, it's not raining now, so
Yeah.
last bit, we've got to try and get the skin on.
Yeah, last job. Anyway, talking about the cover, I just want to have a chat with you guys about the cover and a very kind company. Han's making me laugh behind the camera. Right, so as you guys know, our last Polytunnel cover, it was cheap, it was cheerful. We recommend not buying cheap Polytunnel covers, and we reached out to a company under the recommendation of one of our viewers, so thank you, viewer, for telling us to do this, because we are glad we did. So we reached out to a company called First Tunnels and explained our situation, and they've supplied us with a brand new Polytunnel cover. And yeah, we thank you so much. We appreciate it so much, because you know, we're not millionaire YouTubers, we're not made of money, and this has really helped out the family. So First Tunnels, thank you so much. There's a link in the video description if you want to go to their website. Highly recommended. You'll see the cover. We're going to put it on now. Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Hi.
It's about 6 o'clock. It's getting dark. The camera won't pick it up properly, but it's getting dark. We're nearly there, aren't we?
Yeah, I think things took us a little bit longer with the rain, trying to get the tape on and stuff, and a few like fiddly bits.
Yeah. I think we've done well though. We've got to do that, obviously, that back end that I just showed you. We're just tired. It gets to the point like Dad fell over. I was like getting dizzy, having a headache from just like.
But I mean, the main thing is that it is secure, it's stable, and it's just the front and back end that just needs to be done, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And I need to dig in a bit more of the trenches.
But like, yeah, it's nearly there. It's nearly there. So we'll finish that. We'll finish the back end. It's not going to be too windy. Well, it's not really going to be windy tonight. So
yeah, no, it should be fine. It is secure, so.
Yeah.
There's no point, you know, trying to do it and make mistakes.
Plus, it's going to get too dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, well, tomorrow's another day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Well, it's the 22nd of February and it's a Saturday, and we have finished.
We've done. We've finished the build. So we haven't filmed for a couple of days because we've had some bits going on, which you'll find out about in a future video. Yeah, we worked through the rain, and all of a sudden today it's just really nice and sunny. Yeah. So
where was this day when we needed it, eh?
Yeah. It was just horrible. Raining, windy, all sorts when we put the cover on. We should have waited till today, but it's done. So should we give them a tour?
Yeah.
So as you can see, it's all nicely trenched in. We've got hot tape on all of the bars.
It was extremely challenging putting this cover on.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's pretty nice and tight. It's just a little bit wrinkled at the front, but that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as you guys know, we like to show you like the good bits and the bad bits, and this is the only bit we really kind of messed up.
Yeah. We
should have pulled the cover up more.
But it's hard to do with two people.
Yeah, and it's the weather wasn't great, but you know, it's fine. It's just withstood 60-mile-an-hour winds the other night as well, so we know it's sturdy. Mm-hmm. I think it needs a bit more trenching in that side, but yeah, it's withstood the storm anyway. So should we have a look inside? So we've got catches. Oh, I've put padlocks. Now this isn't, you know, if anyone really wants to get in, they'll get in, won't they? But it's more of like a visual deterrent for people. Mm-hmm. Because we have had instances of
thievery.
Yeah, people stealing fruit and veg. So all these beds are going to need digging over again.
But look how bright it is in here.
Yeah. It's incredibly bright.
And do you know what? With the door frames, it looks pretty smart.
It does. It just looks so much neater. Obviously, there's mud from when we were putting the cover on. That could just be washed off. That's fine. But the tables have withstood being exposed for a couple of days. And we've got our potatoes chitting in here now as well, because they were just taking up room in a conservatory at home. So these are Java. But
It's probably nicer in here for them anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, I had them in the garage and it was just too dark. So it's good that they're in here.
And cold, I imagine, as well.
It was quite cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's so much better. Like with that old green stuff, the crisscross stuff, it used to make my eyes go a bit funny in here.
I just like that there's more light, and I think, we had so we had some peppers and chilies here.
Yeah.
They didn't do as great as the ones in front. And I swear it's because they just didn't have enough light.
Yeah.
But now that should be sorted now, shouldn't it, really?
Yeah, definitely. And again, thank you so much to First Tunnels for supplying this cover. Again, we reached out to them and said, look, is there any way you can help us out? And they've just given this cover for free, and they actually gave us more than we needed. So we've got that as spare bits just in case. But yeah, thank you so much. Check out First Tunnels. There's a link in the video description to them. Lovely, kind people. But yeah, we're so happy that this is done. This was one of the big projects that we had to do.
I was dreading it, to be honest.
Yeah, we were quite nervous actually about messing up the cover like big time. Okay, yeah, we've got like one bit down there, but the rest of it's okay, and it's nice and tight. Yeah. Well, it's really hot in here, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're going to have fun, because this is, let's face it, the Polytunnel is a bit of your baby, isn't it, really?
It's my favourite place on the allotment. Yeah.
So you'll be in here most of the time.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't, because you've got something else that you need to do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, something else to work on, which you guys will find out about soon. Today it is Monday the 24th of February, and with the Polytunnel fully completed, it's time to give the place a tidy up. There's mud everywhere. We're going to go flying, slipping all over the place. I'm going to have to redo the wood chip paths as well, and just generally give the place a bit of a tidy up. So let's see how I get on battling the rain today. So I think the plan of action is to completely clear this path of any remaining wood chip, which is also mixed with mud. It's just going to be no good. It's going to be very slippery. So I think I'm just going to clear the whole path. We've got the membrane underneath, and just lay down some new wood chip. What I'm going to do is load it in the wheelbarrow, take it around the other side, and just trench in that side of the Polytunnel a little bit more. Okay, the path is cleared, and I just want to show you something around this side. So that big mound of earth is gone, and I have extended the path up to the end of the Polytunnel and put the fence back. Now if I swing around this way, let's go have a look at the front. All the slabs are cleared. Believe it or not, we just had some glorious sunshine, and I'm wearing a t-shirt instead of a jumper, but it looks like it's going to rain again. But anyway, this side is done as well. See, it's more thoroughly trenched in, and all of this soil from the top end I am beginning to spread downwards, because here we want to plant a load of wildflower seeds. So all the way down the side of the Polytunnel, we're just going to attract those pollinators, hopefully into our plot. So now let's see what the sky is like. Sky check. It's all right over there. Uh-oh, there's some rain coming. So I am going to have to start hauling wood chip. Last load. Is that gonna do it? Let's foot rake it down. We might be lucky. Oh, just about. Yeah, okay. So the other thing to do, this is the bed where our corn and squash are gonna go. So in here, I'm gonna need to build barrier to keep the bark in. I should have done it first really, but oh well, it's a job I can do another time. And the weather's really nice. I'm actually really hot, but you know, I've got a bit of a man cold, so I don't know whether it's just because it's a warm day or because I'm hot because I'm slightly under the weather. I don't know. Anyway, it's nice for it not to be raining. So that's it. That's all done. All those paths are good to go. And you know what, I actually came back and I've even neatened this up, ready for the wildflower seeds to go in. I know like some of you might be wondering, oh, why didn't you just use the old wood chip on the paths and put it in the compost bin? But to be honest, it was so caked with mud, I don't just want to keep adding a load of mud to the compost bin really. But yeah, it's looking good, yeah. That's all nice and tidy now, happy with that. Well guys, that's just about it for this week's episode, but wait, stop, hang on, don't go anywhere yet, because next week, guys, next week, we have got some fantastic news for you, although something that's going to make our life a little bit more difficult up here at the allotments for the foreseeable future. Potentially for the remainder of the time that we're here, however long that'll be. Hopefully when I'm like an old man, like in the 80s or something, and I'm still cracking on up here. Who knows? But yes, stay tuned for next week. Oh, I wish I could tell you now. No, I'll tell you next week. Anyway, guys, a massive thank you to First Tunnels yet again for supplying our brilliant polytunnel cover. Thank you guys so much. Have a look at the link in the description and check out their website. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please drop it a like if you enjoyed it, and do leave a comment. We love reading your comments. Until he's at home in bed replying to them, and it gives us something to do. Yeah, so please do leave a comment, even if it's a smiley face emoji. It brightens our day and helps boost the channel. Do consider subscribing if you haven't already subscribed, and subscribe because then you'll be notified about what's going on next week when that video drops. I cannot wait. Do you know what, I'm going to go and look at that thing now, but you'll have to wait a week.